Hey, it's Erin, and it is leg day, but not just any leg day. Today we are training with just the barbell. Now this workout is awesome if you train from home, or if you travel quite a bit, you don't have a lot of equipment, or if the gym is busy, grab a bar and take it to your own space and get a great workout in. It's also really great for plateau busting. I know a lot of us focus quite a bit on machines, and the benefits of training with a barbell include muscle fiber recruitment or muscle recruitment from other groups. So for example, if you're doing the squat, you're going to use your lats, your core, your shoulders, a lot of different stabilizers, and this will help your muscles flow together better aesthetically. It can help build overall strength, overall power. You're going to get more bang for your buck with the barbell, because you are doing a lot of compound movements, stabilizing, and you're focusing on your own force and your own strength. So ideally, with this workout and most workouts in general, the first two exercises should be your heaviest exercises. Try to go as heavy as you possibly can, but make sure you keep proper form for the last 2 to 3 reps. In order to build muscle here, we're gonna focus quite a bit on tempo. So with any exercise, you can make the exercise a lot more difficult by slowing down the tempo, especially on the eccentric or the negative portion of the exercise. So during the squat, for example, think about slowly lowering yourself down and then giving yourself a 1 to 2 second pause mid-rep and then exploding back up. So this is going to work on both muscle fiber types, your fast twitch and your slow twitch, and you're able to increase the difficulty of the exercise without always having to increase the weight. Because we're not really training for powerlifting here, we're training for aesthetics. So tempo is a great way to increase that difficulty without constantly thinking about loading up the weights and setting a PR. So without further ado, let's get into this muscle building barbell workout. Let's get into the workout. We're gonna start with the bar on the floor, something a little bit different than probably what you normally do and what I normally do. This is a sumo deadlift, and this is awesome for that glute development. The angle of the leg here is going to help you hit your abductors, gluteus minimus, medial glutes, which is that kind of shelf area of the glutes. Now with this, you take a wide stance, toes out, knees always follow the direction of the toes, and try to keep that bar as close to your shins as possible. This is going to help you keep your upper body nice and tall, and it's also going to help you recruit more from that posterior chain, your glutes and your hamstrings. So 5 sets of 8 here, nice and slow on that negative portion, and don't spend a lot of time at the bottom. Moving on to a barbell RDL. I love this exercise for hitting the glutes and the hamstrings. Now with this, similar to the deadlift, think about keeping that bar as close to your legs as possible. Now back is flat, shoulders are rounded forward slightly, chin is tucked slightly, pelvis is tucked forward. And what this is going to do is it's going to further help you recruit those glutes, help you recruit the hamstrings, keep everything firing where you want to keep it firing. So you want the peak in the hamstring, hip extension, which is the RDL, is going to really help hit those hamstrings perfectly. Weight through the heels. Next is the glute bridge. This is one of my favorite exercises for just hitting the glutes. Now with this, I like to do a pause rep at the top. So hold for a count of 1 to 2 when you get to the top. Try to scoot those heels as close to your glutes as you possibly can. This is going to limit the hamstring recruitment here because you just want to focus on the glutes. And tuck your chin. Try not to look up at the ceiling. Try to look down and try to tuck your pelvis forward. This is going to help you recruit your glutes. It's also going to help keep your core and your lower back a little bit more stable. So what you want to do is keep everything tight throughout. Moving on to box squats. I really love box squats because you can go a little bit heavier than normal. You also have the confidence of knowing that the box is there, or the bench. Having the bench there helps you kind of pause, helps you get that mind muscle connection, takes momentum completely out of the equation. So here, weight is through the heels, back is nice and flat, and I'm just going to sit on the bench and then pop right back up. So a little bit slower on that negative portion, a little bit faster on the concentric portion back up to the top. And if you can, when you sit, really think about recruiting those glutes and those hamstrings. Try to keep your back nice and flat, keep your spine neutral. Try not to look up to the sky. And for this, we're gonna do 4 sets of 10. Okay, a little bit lighter weight now, well, a lot lighter weight. This is 65 pounds, and we're gonna be doing good mornings. Now, this is a very similar movement to the RDL, but if you'll notice, glutes and the hips come a lot further back. Weight is still through the heels. The weight is different, the weight distribution is different on this one. So having the bar across the back of your shoulders makes it a much tougher exercise. It's going to hit more of that glute ham tie-in, even though anatomically that is not a muscle. It's an area, and it's very, very tricky, very tough to hit, but the good mornings will do that. Make sure you keep your spine neutral here. You can kind of tuck your chin just a little bit. This is going to help you keep your back flat. And you can pause just slightly mid-rep when your upper body reaches parallel. If you haven't done this exercise before, feel free to grab an easy bar or something light just so you get that range of motion. So you want to keep your core, everything nice and tight throughout this exercise. Okay, so we are moving on to the front squat. And you see this is a clean grip. If you can't do it, feel free to cross your arms and use this grip. This is awesome if you don't have that wrist flexibility. So you've got 2 options for holding the bar. I like the clean grip, more of a traditional, but I have good wrist flexibility. So with this, you can go a little bit heavier than the 65 pounds. And I'm trying to hit quads here, so I'm gonna push my weight through my toes. Feet are a little bit wider than shoulder width. Toes straight, knees straight. And upper body's nice and tall. Whatever grip you end up choosing, make sure you keep your elbows up. So don't let your elbows drop. This is gonna cause the bar to drop. It's gonna cause your upper body to tilt forward. So you wanna try to keep your upper body nice and tall and just rep it out. If you wanna hit the quads, push your weight through your toes. You wanna hit your glutes, posterior chain, push your weight through your heels. I've done a couple of dedicated hamstring exercises. Now it's time for the quads. This is a heel elevated hack squat. I'm going pretty light here. This is a tricky exercise to get the hang of. So if you have bumper plates, go ahead and use them. You could also do it with dumbbells, but you have to be really vigilant as far as keeping those dumbbells behind you, because the weight behind you is what's going to really put the focus on the quads, both that teardrop and then also your upper quads and your thighs. This is great for building overall muscle, and it might look easy, but it is tricky. So the heel elevated part is going to help you clear the bar behind you, and it's going to help if you kind of lack flexibility, and it's going to remind you to push your weight through your toes. So this is, 3 ways that it really helps you put pressure on those quads to help them grow. And you can see bar stays behind you and under you the entire time. You don't need a lot of weight to make this exercise really hurt. So awesome for quad development. It also recruits calves and hamstrings and glutes. Our finisher today is a walking lunge. If your gym is crowded, you can do stationary lunges, but I absolutely love these for working on cardiovascular endurance and also for just finishing up the legs and killing them. So I'm gonna do 2 sets of 20 reps total. And with this, you'll notice I'm leaning forward, and leaning forward is going to really load the glutes and the hamstrings. With this workout and with free weights in general, form is key. Pay attention to your form, especially during the last 2 to 3 reps. Stay present and stay mindful. Consider your tempo. So slow and controlled negative, adding your pause reps, and exploding up back to the starting point. Weight distribution is going to help too. Weight through the toes hits the quads. Weight through the heels is going to hit the glutes and the posterior chain a little bit better. And your pause reps can help you really focus on how your weight's distributed and your mind-muscle connection. If you like this video, please consider subscribing and don't forget to click that little bell. You'll be the first to know whenever a new video comes out. If you try the workouts and you love them, please tag me. I so love seeing your progress and seeing that things work for you like they work for me. Keep up the awesome work. Thanks for watching. Until next time, train hard, y'all.